Hey everyone, my name's Adam and I want to take a moment to talk a little bit about formative assessments, which are low stakes or ungraded assignments that we give students to help them gauge their understanding. And there's really three things I like to think about with formative assessment. And the first is the question, how do they know that they know? So how do students know that they're understanding their work? So it's important to create structure where students are getting feedback on their progress. Maybe that could be automated feedback, so a student who's doing work on their own time can have a sense that they're not lost, that they're actually on the right track, or if they are not on the right track, they can realize that as well. Along with that also is, how do we know that they know? So those feedback pieces can be loops. I think of like an Edpuzzle video, which has embedded questions in it where the student knows, if you understood this video, you would understand blank, blank, and blank, and they could reflect on that, and then the teacher would know the student's progress as well. So that's one example. The second thing that comes to mind is, what components of our courses make the most sense online? It's an opportunity to rethink what we're asking students to do. So in a modern language, maybe this is an opportunity to ask students to speak and listen more, and maybe memorize 50 vocab words and recite those less. In a math class, maybe you're asking students to synthesize and apply concepts as opposed to introducing a whole array of new ideas and new concepts to them. And the third big piece for me with formative assessments is, maybe these are opportunities, and we can create opportunities for students to reflect. Maybe that's through a learning journal or through some specific questions after assignments. So if a student had a 45-minute writing assignment in a history or English class, you could ask them, what was difficult about those constraints, the time constraint? What would you do differently next time? Maybe in a math or science course, after an assessment, you could ask students, what problem surprised you that was on this quiz? What are your next steps going to be? What problem was difficult for you? Why was it difficult? Or even to talk about the process. What part of the learning process has been difficult for you, whether that's in an online setting or just like through an assessment or an assignment. So the big picture with formative assessments is really to give students feedback on their learning progress and their learning process.